One of my least favorite things about being a meteorite enthusiast is being asked to identify meteor wrongs for people or meteorites. I mean, it would be really cool if somebody I knew did find a meteorite. I would be very excited for them. But it's not that I don't like to look at people's rocks, because I do. I love looking at rocks. Rocks are fascinating, and this one is very, very, very cool. But it's definitely not a meteorite. It's very heavy, which, I mean, it's got a definite presence in your hand. So I can't blame somebody for being very interested in this piece. I am very interested in this. But the gal that asked me to look at this, I don't love, like I say, I don't love looking at rocks, but she is just such a sweetheart, and she has been wondering about this rock for years. And you know what? When I told her it wasn't a meteorite, she took it really, really well. So, but I was just as fascinated as she was. I asked her if I could take this home and have a little bit closer look at it. And if I needed to, I would ask some of my friends to help me identify this. And that way we could remove all doubt in her mind that this rock that she's been keeping for years is in fact not a meteorite. And maybe we could even identify what this is. So she found it in Oregon. And I don't know a lot about the rocks of Oregon, so it didn't immediately jump out to me what this might be or what it is. I could tell that it really looked volcanic in nature to me, but that's about as best guess as I could give you. It almost kind of has a petrified wood kind of texture to it, but what in the world is this? So I had a quick conversation with the owner of this rock about how this is definitely not a meteorite and how I knew that. Obviously, if this was an iron meteorite, it would stick to a magnet, which this does not. And we would expect thumbprints or regmaglyphs rather than these long linear striations if this were an iron meteorite. It's obviously not a palisite, and it's obviously not a chondrite, so iron would be the most likely candidate, which it's obviously not. However, it kind of has a metallic appearance. What is this? So I brought it home, and it took me all of about 15 minutes to determine what this was. One of the first things I did was look at it under a jeweler's loupe, and I noticed some of these spots. Sorry, we are looking through my jeweler's loupe. I noticed some of these spots, and that was interesting. And that tells us something about this rock. The next thing I did was ask my significant other to hand me that coffee cup. So you'll notice this is a pristine coffee cup bottom, which they're not always this pristine around here, but let's see what happens when we streak this rock. What color of a streak is that? Red as red could be. So that's definitely sending some alarm bells off in my mind that we have a columnar-shaped rock with a dull metallic luster, some botryoidal features on the bottom, and a red streak test. I'd put money on it. I'd guarantee you 100%. That is a really, really cool piece of hematite. So I'm glad that I can tell my friend now, my lady friend, this is a cool piece of hematite. Look, it even stands up. Isn't that just too cool? And I'm going to show her how I came to that determination via this streak. So, like I say, I don't love identifying meteor wrongs for people because it oftentimes just crushes dreams and people don't love it, but I'm certain that this is a piece of hematite. An opaque mineral with a metallic dull luster, red streak. It's a hydrothermal creation. I mean, we know for sure now, without a doubt. So, like I say, it took me all of about 15 minutes to figure that out when I got home. I wish I could have figured that out. I wish I would have ran a streak test on this standing in her kitchen so that we could have come to this determination together. But I'm excited to share this information with her anyways. And I thought I would make a quick video of how sometimes it's not a meteorite, and how sometimes it's not a magnet or a nickel test or something that's going to determine what this is or what it isn't. Sometimes it's just pure determination and trial and error that's going to get you the answer. And like I say, this gal has held onto this rock for many, many years, and she's wanted some answers. So I'm excited. I think it's really cool. I'm glad that I could help her out. And if everybody was so nice and patient and considerate about rock identification, I would do more meteorite, meteor wrong identification for people. But like I say, it just usually is a great way to wreck someone's hopes and dreams. And it's not my favorite thing to do, is wreck hopes and dreams. But yeah, this one definitely I was curious about this. I mean, I look back now and I think I should have known better, but sometimes it takes just a minute. But yeah, how cool is that, you guys? How cool is that? You folks in Oregon, with your Josephinite and your hematite, you find some cool stuff.